Hi everyone, welcome. Sorry about that. I was looking at how time flies. I was looking at the internet to make sure I'm up to date on everything that's going on, and I forgot to turn on my mic. So hopefully you guys are used to it because I know you guys are gonna call me. So I make sure I look at the small monitor and the camera to make sure my sound is going out. Good morning, everyone. Well, wherever you are, good morning, good evening. Welcome to the channel. I want to say hi to Patricia Epstein, Lerado Shirenzi, Glorious E, Run Unconditional Love Tarot. Thank you for joining me. And if you would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, or feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. I am thinking of raising my price. I've never raised my price, my friends. So let me know if you, I know everyone is getting hit, so we'll see. Having said that, I was in the process of making sure that I am up to date on the news. That's why I forgot to turn on my mic. And the latest news is Trump has basically, well, he said he's going to ask DOJ to investigate everybody he can think of, I guess, including Bill Clinton. Intuitively, this is going to backfire. And also he included JP Morgan. And this, I mean, I'm not saying, I don't know whether they are part of, I'm sure either the chairman of JP Morgan or somebody higher up in the organization probably interacted with Epstein, and Trump knows about it. It seems like he's so panicking. I've been saying this for a long time, that behind the scenes, there's a lot of panic. So this is what's going on. The thinking on Trump's part is, it's not, Trump by himself did not come up with the idea of going after Democrats and other prominent people Trump perceives as being Democrats. People around him, they had a brainstorm, okay, how to counteract this trend that's speeding down the track. And let me tell you guys, I love Bill Clinton, I love Hillary Clinton. You play, you gotta pay. So I don't see any of these people going to court. I mean, being under investigation is not a good feeling. But I don't see any of those people being implicated in any of that stuff. I mean, people I don't know, I can't speak for them, okay? I'm talking about prominent people Trump is trying to get in trouble. I don't know who they are. But to me, when I think of Bill Clinton, yes, Bill Clinton is a womanizer. We all know that. But you know something, if he did something bad with those, according to the woman who used to work for Fox News, I don't remember her name, the blonde, I think she sued Fox or something like that. But anyway, she said Epstein didn't commit any, he's not a pedophile, because the girls were either 15 or older than 15. I wouldn't touch with a 15-year-old with a 100-foot pole. I mean, to me, it's abuse beyond belief. So I don't understand that lady at all. I don't remember her name, but I'm sure you guys know who I am talking about. She has her own blog, or she's probably an influencer on YouTube or something to that effect. I'm seeing her face, but I can't remember her name, but that's all right. She's not one of my favorite people. And to whatever I feel, Trump making this move is going to backfire. It's going to make things worse. That's basically why I wanted, besides it's the latest headline, but I felt it's going to blow up in their faces like crazy. I don't see how this is going to work for him at all. In fact, it's going to make it, and since I'm MAGA's reaction is the first topic and the title. MAGA is not very happy. Like I've always said, a percentage of them will stick with Trump no matter what. They'll brush this off and let's keep going. Let's go after the people we don't like. But a good majority, not only, are unhappy, not only because of this pedophilia stuff. The economy is faltering. The job market stinks, among a whole bunch of other metrics. Things are not working. People are angry. They have not, at least I have not seen anyone exhibiting how angry I can intuitively I feel Americans are. But people are angry. So all the things that Trump is doing is not going to work, and it's going to make people angrier, and you don't know how it's going to come out. I spoke about that not too long ago. In fact, there is a video. I don't remember which channel. I believe it's Occupy Democrats. I watched the channel. They have a video about 6-7 people that they went out shopping, and they compared the prices they pay for. I mean, they all bought different things, but the one that sticks on my mind is a lady who bought one of those coffee containers, roundish, okay, about this high. Oh, I have one here. I put my wires on it. The reason I'm looking for it, it's a 2 pound, 36 ounce. It's a coffee Bustelo thing. Okay. She said she paid $13 for it last year. This year it costed $19. But the point I'm trying to make, they have a bunch of people like that complaining about how much the grocery is costing them. That's not a good thing. So Trump is looking for anything and everything. Like I said, right now he's more dangerous than any other time in the past because everyone is telling him, because they don't know the extent of his involvement in that situation, in the Epstein thing, okay? But everyone is telling him, release the files. You have nothing to worry about because they don't know, okay? But he knows. But also there's another side of him as well. If you get me in trouble, well, if I'm going down, I'm going to bring these people down with me too. I don't think that's going to happen. I think not only intuitively, he's going to create more problems for himself, but this is going to accelerate his downfall. Because those people are not just going to sit there twiddling their thumb, accepting everything he does. And I'm sure they all know part of what's in the files. Okay, so this is not going to work for Trump. And the MAGA, they're not happy about pedophilia. I'm sure you guys know, although there's a lot more to it than, it's a lot more complicated than that. But their reaction is not very good because now they're going out comparing the prices. And Trump thinks he's going to do all these subterfuge, to fool them. Watch the anger explode. I've been saying I'm hoping it doesn't happen. But it's building. MAGA is going to respond in some ways. That's my prediction. I'm not quite sure how, but they're not happy. And the other topic and the title is DOJ. Trump is having DOJ investigate and indict all these people. That's going to continue. We all know why he's doing it. because he wants other people to fear him. I don't think it's going to work. And there are more people in the pipeline. There are going to be some. There are some people on that list when when he named them. They're going to be shocking. But I told you guys, he's more dangerous now than any other time. But I am not seeing any of those people go into prison. If anything, he's letting everyone know who he is and what he is. That's the way, and people are beginning to notice, and they are believing it. And that, not only that, but shutting down the government, all those things are piling up. I don't think he realizes that, because there's no one around him to advise him, you do this, it's going to get worse. When he says he wants to do that, they says, okay, how much you want me to do? I have a whole list of, things I can do to make what you say happen. And they go out with gusto and implement whatever he says, because they are too afraid to say, I don't think this is the right thing to do, or advise him. But I don't see any of those people going to prison. If anything, they're going to make things worse for Trump. People like Swalwell, Schiff, all these people, and I am sure Comey as well, because it feels like, although Comey appears to be, a cool individual, but underneath that, he can get pretty angry. And I am getting him, very, very angry. The type of people, they are angry, but they continue to talk. All of a sudden, they react. That's Comey. They explode. But he's not going to explode in public. The way he's going to explode, it feels like to me, is by talking about things that we don't know about. And it's not only going to be Comey that's going to do this. There's an array of people who are just waiting for the right moment to start talking about Trump's past, to embarrass him. And yes, he will be embarrassed. But Comey, the reason why I'm bringing up, I put his name here is because he was in court yesterday, and I was focusing on him. And I could tell the anger is building up. So I don't think this activity is going to work well for Trump. But I don't see any of those people going to prison. That's my prediction. The only thing, what I'm getting when I focus on them is blowback. It's only going to make things worse for Trump. And he's, like I've always said, he lives in a glass house and he's playing with rocks. And that's what the Epstein situation basically is showing. What I have been saying. He ran on it. He said he promised everyone he's going to release the files. And when he gets there and realizes, if I do this, I'll be in trouble. He knows how to go about bullying people, but he doesn't know about planning. And there's another thing that's going to be, because it's being shown to me as I'm saying this, that's going to blow up in his face as well. He wants to redo another part of the White House. And I don't know how many of you yesterday, I'm sure a lot of you saw videos of him showing to that lady from Fox that was interviewing him, the job he's done, the marble on the floor, spending millions of dollars while people are losing their jobs and being hungry. That's not going to work. I'm sure everyone knows that, but as I was watching this yesterday, intuitively, you get the energy of the anger on the part of people who are, having a difficult time paying their rent and buying food, and you giving a tour of the work you've done in the White House, spending millions. Intuitively, I'll put it this way. I feel danger. I'll leave it there. This is a very dangerous thing. But to go back to the Comey situation, I would not be surprised. I've said this a long time ago. I did not know how it was going to happen. There are certain intelligence conversations, things in the past that we in the public don't know, are not aware of yet, that will come out about Trump. And you guys remember I told you when the investigation was being done the first time he was in the White House, I've always forget the name of this special prosecutor. And I told you there was connection. There was a Russian connection. It feels like to me, I'm sure you guys have heard also that Epstein was in contact with Putin and his people, and they were talking about how to handle Trump or something to that effect. That raised a lot of concern in my head. I am sure some of you who have been watching me for a while, how uncomfortable it made me feel and worried when he was meeting with Putin in South America somewhere where they had that G7 or the G8, the last G8. Was it the last G8? But G8, somewhere in South America. Those of you who have been with me for a long time, you'll remember. I mean, I was so worried. The same thing happened to me again not too long ago when he was in Alaska with Putin. Okay? When I heard about that connection, Epstein, and did you guys hear that 2017 or 2018, him and Epstein were still buddy-buddy. And I believe I mentioned that yesterday. Epstein spent Thanksgiving or had Thanksgiving with Trump somewhere. I don't know exactly where. All those things keep reminding me of whatever connection there was with Russia. Some of that stuff will come out in due time. And that's going to be a whole new component of this thing. Okay? But the reason why I'm bringing all these things up is because it's going to have a negative effect on everything that he does. And it's going to erode trust. Erode the trust that someone in the MAGA movement have on him. It's only going to make things worse when those types of information begin to become public. There is a lot more, intuitively I feel, between Epstein and the Russians. We will find out about that too, on due time. Let's see what happens. But my prediction is attacking, indicting all those lawmakers, not going to help him at all. In fact, it's going to make everything worse. That's my prediction. And also, it feels like to me, everybody's saying it, but that's how I feel as well. The judge is leaning towards kicking or doing something. I don't know if I'm talking about Comey, Letitia James, among others, that were indicted, okay, by that woman. I don't know her name, that new prosecutor. She was an insurance lawyer and she became a special prosecutor. I mean, not a special prosecutor, sorry. She became a prosecutor, okay. The judge told me, I was looking at it this morning, focusing on the judge. What the newspapers are saying, the reporters are, the way they are saying, she's leaning towards kicking or siding with Comey and James and company. I feel there's a 90% chance either that lady get kicked out or something, but this may not go to trial. And if it goes, the government is going to lose. That's my prediction. Okay, let's see if you guys have questions. Isabel Caputo says, still tense clashes outside Chicago area ICE facility. I feel that's going to continue for as long as ICE is active. That's why I keep saying I'm concerned about some of those arrests, because you never know it's a very dangerous situation. And in fact, this morning I read again, once you have the churches becoming involved, and I read this morning that there were some priests, well, the church, or I don't know if it's all kinds of churches that were there together, protesting with the people of Chicago. This is a whole new phase now, and the Pope did say something about it, that basically they condemn what the Trump administration is doing. But my prediction is this is not a good thing for the administration. Once you have the clergy and lay people together protesting against something, you're losing. I mean, the government is, Trump administration will lose. It's not going to end. And Stephen Miller, so far, in fact, intuitively I feel, because of everything that's going on with Trump, Stephen Miller and Ford are terrified, expect more atrocity before this thing gets better. In fact, I read a little while ago, Bovino, the guy who was in charge of everything with ICE in Chicago or all over the country, I think he's the lead guy. He said if the judges release the people they have arrested, he's going to go after them, he's going to double his effort to arrest more, and they will see more aggression. That's what I already said a little while ago. So, intuitively, my prediction is this is going to get better before it's going to get worse before it gets better. So let's keep our fingers crossed, my friends. But I'm not making me feel good. Craig says his fake gold, his brass and plastic painted gold knickknacks from Home Depot. I wonder, has anyone said, I would be surprised, you're right, Craig, but no one has said anything about, I'm curious. I wonder if it's real gold. Okay. Let's see, I'm looking for. Marilyn H. says, we had black churches and our civil rights movement protest with us back in the 1960s. In fact, that was where we would gather to plan. Well, I feel the same thing is going to happen. Artists, this time around, it's going to get more intense in the coming days because the churches are involved now. I'm glad you posted that because that's fuel. Okay. Summer Virgo says, you don't think the cold weather in Chicago will slow down? If you mean slow people down, I doubt it. There will be protests, even if it's not a large number. People will protest. So I don't see it stopping. Okay. Sassy Fry says they probably told him it was real gold. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, thank you, Michelle Hatt. Michelle Hatt says, the artwork on the floor over your left shoulder is beautiful. Thank you very much. I've had that thing in the back sitting on the floor too. I'm like, hey, let me put it over here. Because people tell me behind me is blank. Well, I'm trying. I'm not good at that stuff. Do you see Trump poll numbers at 33% in January? I don't know about 33%, but it would be somewhere around there. Because you guys remember I told you, it's at 37 now, okay? January is around the corner. January is about 6 weeks from now, okay? And his poll numbers are going to continue to drop. I told you watch for mid to late 20s. Let's see what happens. And that's when Republicans, they'll be more emboldened to stand their ground. That's what I feel. But yes, it's going to be lower, somewhere around 33. I'm not saying if it's at 33 or lower, but he's going to lose. His poll numbers will continue to drop. Oh my God. Bella Jean says, Milo, what is the outcome for Reverend Jesse Jackson as he's currently on life support? I heard about that yesterday. I'm not liking it. I don't know exactly when he's going to go, but I remember seeing him in person at my school when I was in college. I was going to Iona College at the time when he was running for president. I was going to school. I had to go to school, to the 4-year school at night because I had no money. And I was in the computer center, and I heard I think he was in the CAF. Yeah, and he was giving a speech there. So he stopped by us. I saw him live. It's unbelievable. I remember him. In fact, I have pictures of him too. They are in my, I have them in my rental space. But when I heard that yesterday, I didn't feel good about it. So I'm sorry. This is not looking good, unfortunately. I'm not saying he's going to go this week, but I don't think he has long, unfortunately. Okay. Joy Ryan says, I believe you when you say that it will get worse before it gets better. But I feel like we are at a turning point. Oh, absolutely. A bottleneck, so to speak. And once we get through this thing, but it will be, change. Yes, I agree with you. You're right. Will the DOJ be successful in blocking California with districting? I doubt it. I heard about that this morning. Good question. Because, the minute I heard it, I'm like, intuitively, I didn't feel it was going to go anywhere, and somebody mentioned because it was an election, I doubt it's going to go anywhere. But we know how that is. Trump is going to go He's going to sue anyway. So he's going to do what he does. Joyce Matthew is asking, hi, Joyce. Any blowback from MAGA Mike closing Congress 8 hours after it was open? Absolutely. I didn't bring that up. I didn't talk much about Mike because I thought I said he's going to be booted out of his spot. Because what's going to happen is, and if you notice, Trump is beginning to get weaker. His poll numbers are dropping. Bo Brett and company are standing up to him. Okay, and this week, this Epstein file stuff is emboldening more people, Republicans that is. Okay, the minute, you know something, we may have a reoccurrence of what happened to the guy who was there before Mike Johnson. They're just gonna, the minute, because once Trump, the only reason why he's been able to survive is because of Trump. But once Trump is weakened to a point where he can't do anything, and it's coming. His poll numbers and MAGA are turning on him. They are turning on him already. That'll be it. I thought I had a blackout. I'm waiting for the next blackout because I bought a device that will keep me online. You know, I put it on my credit card. It wasn't a smart thing to do, but I did it because I'm tired of getting blackout and kick me off like last time a couple of weeks ago. Okay, but yes, MAGA Mike is going to have Kevin McCarthy. Thank you very much, Asifaz. And Boston Dita. Yes, Kevin McCarthy. The same thing is going to happen to MAGA Mike. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking for more question. Boudica says he bullies, but nobody is afraid of him. He's the one who is terrified. Oh, yes. And it's not only him. It's the whole, because they don't, you see, no one in the White House knows what happened between Trump and Epstein and what he's not telling anybody, you know. But the way he behaved, it looks like he has something to hide. So that scared the people more. And some of them are panicking, like Stephen Miller, he's more dangerous now. Okay, all of them, Stephen Miller, Vought, Trump, a couple of people at the top. Because, you know, Norm, they are doing things instead of saying, well, you know, if I do this, it's going to break the law. They're not doing that. So right now, there's a lot of fear. If this thing goes south, what they're going to do. And to a degree, that's what I feel when I focus on them. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Today's Friday, so I thought I would answer some questions. I think somebody asked me a question. I'm looking for it. You know, something else I wrote down, and I mentioned it a little earlier. What's driving MAGA? Trump sold them on America First. But right now, some of his supporters worry that's no longer the case. He promised them he would not start a new war. You know, he was about peace, and that's not the case, among a whole bunch of other things that he promised. That's another situation that's going to create problems for him as well. So let's see what happens. And he's not making new friends. No, there's going to be no one to stick around to help him except that small cadre of people he has around him, and even some of them. I don't feel he can trust all of them. This is interesting. Krista McCracken says coffee at Krager Maxwell House was $15.99. I don't know where that lady shopped, the lady who was showing that container of coffee. I don't know if you're talking about the same size. I forget what that one was. 2 pounds, 4 ounces, or 36 ounces. I don't remember what that cost me, but I bought one not too long ago. I didn't look. I bought it. I didn't look at how much it cost because I knew it was going to be more expensive. But I don't know where she bought it, but she says something like that. She didn't say what type of coffee, but it was $19 and change. I mean, the video is on, I believe, Occupy Democrats. I think that's where I saw it. All right, friends. I think this is it. Joy Ryan says wages are stagnant, for sure. A lot of people, in fact, oh my God, I felt so bad yesterday afternoon. I have to do because there is a platform that I've been using since 1999, no, 2003 or 2002. I get calls, for readings. And that poor lady, she is panicking. I felt so bad. And I'm not going to lie to somebody. She lost her job since June, and she can't find something new. I'm like, oh my God, I mean, what I felt, she was going to have a few more months to go. I told her, says, between now and January, February, you'll find something else. But a lot of people are panicking out there. In fact, that's a good post. That's why I was saying Trump spending all that money, okay, on the White House because he's not planning on leaving. People, whether they are MAGAs or not, they can't put food on the table. They're going to get angry. That's what I was trying to say before. Thank you for posting this. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmedo.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel and have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. That would help me a lot. And also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help a lot too. I will see you all. Oh, those of you who come to my other channel, I'll see you there. And members, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Raven Nichols is helping write my book. So I'm sure all of us have a book in us. So if you want to write your own and you need help, I will put Raven's email address below the video. So you can find it there, or leave me a comment. I will, let me know if you want me to write it in the comments to you. I'll send it to you. So I wanted to make sure I remind everyone, if you're looking for a writer. I'll see you all tomorrow. Till then, bye.